Hey, Steve, here's a trivia question for you. Which comedy team appeared on the old Ed Sullivan Show more times than any other entertainer?
No, that's a tough one, Randy. Who was it?
Take a listen.
I don't know. What's playing?
That is a good show downtown. It's a picture with John Wayne.
John Wayne.
Yeah, you know, the real one.
That's the legendary Canadian comedy team of Johnny Wayne and Frank Shuster. They appeared 58 times on the Ed Sullivan Show, 8 more times than that little puppet mouse Topo Gigio.
Holy Tim Hortons, that's impressive. And we'll learn more about this legendary Canadian comedy duo on this week's Laugh Tracks Legends of Comedy.
I'm Randy Hodgins.
And I'm Steve McClellan. And while they aren't as well known as more contemporary Canadian comics like Mike Myers and Seth Rogen, from the mid-1950s to the 80s, Johnny Wayne and Frank Shuster were beloved fixtures on both Canadian and American television programs.
The duo were born in the same Jewish neighborhood in Toronto, met in grade school, and even attended the same local college. During World War II, they were assigned to the Canadian Army radio show, which eventually grew into a regular CBC radio program with 3 million weekly listeners by 1950. Here's a sample of an early radio program.
We don't use words like crazy anymore. Let me simply say you are suffering from a traumatic dislocation of your emotional processes.
Well, what does that mean?
You're a nut.
They got the attention of Ed Sullivan, who first showcased them in 1958. And on that show, they performed their legendary spoof of William Shakespeare's Julius Caesar called Rinse the Blood Off My Toga. Let's take a listen.
Big Julie was dead. Yeah, he was killed just 20 minutes ago. Happened in the Senate. He was stabbed.
Stabbed?
Yeah, they got him right in the rotunda.
Brilliant stuff, Steve. You know, of all the skits they performed over the years, their very favorite was the one that combined their love of literature with baseball. Let's take a listen to Wayne and Shuster's legendary Shakespearean baseball game, a comedy of errors, hits, and runs.
Most noble manager.
Who calls?
'Tis I, Richard.
Speak, O faithful Richard.
I pray you tell us how doth the starting lineup go.
'Tis as it was before with Harry, Pete, and Joe out in the field. Pee-wee,
Sire.
thou the shortstop spot will play, and you three, guarding your accustomed bags, stand the first, Bill the second, and Richard the third.
You know, by the 1970s, their weekly shows turned into occasional TV specials, and they continued to perform until Johnny Wayne passed away from cancer in 1990 at the age of 72.
After Wayne's death, Frank Shuster edited 40 years of their television shows and produced a series of retrospectives, which he also hosted. Frank Shuster passed away in Toronto in 2002 at the age of 85, after a lifetime of literate and very funny comedy.
You can find out more about Wayne and Shuster and all our comedy legends, including video clips and extended audio cuts, at laughtracksradio.com. Thanks for listening, and until next time, it's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from him. Goodbye, everybody.